Right. Yeah. But I want to next bring in our next guest.
We got the next guest coming
yes.
through.
Batwin. Yes.
The firecracker.
Hey.
Right. Come on in, Batwin.
Coming in cleaner than a whistle sharper than a thumbtack.
Right.
What up, my guy?
Hello.
What's up, my guy? Yeah, lights, camera, action on him. He's like, yeah, what's happening, baby?
Right.
What's happening, babe?
Oh, I'm feeling good. First con, you know.
Right.
First
Great
con.
people.
This his
Right.
packs. This
Right.
his packs.
Right.
Right.
Oh, bring it down. Bring it down.
There you go.
Yeah, bring it down.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you sounding buttery now.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Buttery. Buttery.
Blue say he in here?
Oh, where you at? You better come on over here.
I'm gonna bend the corner one time.
Right.
We over here.
Come sign this death note.
Right. But yeah. So
man.
we kind of just was talking about like our experience here, because again, this is like basically all our first time being here.
Okay.
So we were just kind of talking about like what we like about it, well, anything that you may want to see in the future with Dreamhack Dallas, because I know Dreamhack as a whole is a little bit of everywhere, and I know they're like outside the states too as well, but for the most part for Dallas, like this is dope. Like again, like PAX East was pretty much more so for the brands and the companies, but Dreamhack is more so for us as creators to be able to create. Like we got studios to create stuff. We can stream here if you wanted to, play games, do cosplays. Like it's a little bit of everything here for everybody. So if you want to kind of just talk about your experience so far.
All right.
Like what bad, good, and the ugly.
So I feel like for me, I probably got into the late in the game in regards to like coming here, and I was a little like overwhelmed because it's like the first time, and like I'm also, I guess you could say, like a newer content creator. I've loved it. It's been great. I think it's more, I think, just learning. I was having a conversation with 8-Bit earlier about like just like knowing what to do, and like I feel like for me, like I haven't had direction, so I'm watching
Winging
everybody,
it,
I'm watching what you guys are doing, and I stay in touch, or and things like that. But I mean, this is cool. Like, I mean, I want to be able to bring a PC and like play with my friends, or like,
that's so dope.
yeah, and then like everything. Like, I want to do everything. So, and then one of my favorite bands is playing tonight, Motionless and White. That's gonna be awesome. I love them. Been listening to them for a long time. I'm into like all that stuff. So I saw them. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. My buddy was like, you're gonna see it tonight? That's great. I'm like, dude, it's so cool.
Yeah, make sure you take a lot of pictures too.
Oh no, I have to. I've been trying to do that, but it's hard to like just name one thing. For me, I feel like, I guess next time I want to have a little more time. I actually like want to sign up for things. I'd love to like be part of more panels and things like that. But this has been great, and I get to meet all you guys.
Right. Because that's what I was saying, like first time meeting in person, what I'm saying? Like we always, communicate through Twitch, Twitter, and stuff like that, but just being able to be in each other's space in person, in real life, is just so dope, and like the energy is just so awesome. Like it's legit awesome. So I that's what we kind of like telling everybody, like if you are a content creator and you want to kind of take it up a notch, or you want to stay in this game for a long time, like stuff like this is very much needed for you, for your career, for what you're trying to do, because like this is a lot of content just in this space right here. I like we can chop it up, put it here, put it there, diversifying, because we were just talking about that earlier on the panel, which is my first time doing a panel. So like stuff like that, it's just so awesome. It's so dope to be able to partake in as a content creator. So, yeah. So, but first, I want you to tell everybody where they can find you at and everything, where you're from.
Right there.
Talk to the
Right.
All right, everybody. So Batwin NT, pretty much Twitter, IG, Hover, TikTok. TikTok is a new type, the same as YouTube. It's like my stream team, I guess you can say. So all about NT.
Right.
Here next to the king of the new type. So. But yeah, I'm everywhere. I just got back to doing content, so happy to be doing that. And then, as soon as we get back into it, we gotta go back into it.
Right.
He moved.
Yes. Twitter, Hover, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that. Batwin_NT and new types.
So you saying you just got back into content? What kind of content you get into?
Again, another conversation that was
happening. This is the only person that listens to me next to Zig.
That's
This is the only person who listens to me who I don't physically have to like
choke.
Yeah.
do it?
I mean, I don't really know. It's crazy to me that you say that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I watch
that's what
all
I'm
of you.
saying.
You know,
Like-
I watch all of you and Zig all the time. Maybe I'm not chatting or anything, but I'm always lurking. You know, whether work or whatever the case may be. But it's like, why would you not take advice? You know what I mean? Like, it's funny. For example, I went tomorrow, did my media kit, and then Ziggy was like, "Yeah, just go to Staples or whatever, and then you
Yep.
get it done." I got it done today,
Yep.
and then he's like, "Oh, you listened?" And I'm just like,
Right, it blew his mind. I know
right.
it
"Yeah." He
did.
was like, "Oh my god."
Zig be so astonished when somebody listens. Even when they be like, "Oh, you listen?"
Yeah.
Right.
He literally said that. He's like,
Right.
"You listen?"
You're like, you know how long I've been talking? I've been doing this for
Right.
13 years talking, and nobody is just like,
No, but you know, and the way I met like these guys, you know what I mean? Like I just told them I haven't really figured out what content I want to put out. So right now it's just like I'm trying to lean into like my talents, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
So just putting out hype content, you know,
Hey.
not only just like me doing cool stuff in a game, but just highlighting, I guess, myself in a
Right.
way, because
Sure.
like it's hard to explain. Someone asked me like, "Oh, what kind of stream do you have?" I'm like,
it's weird.
it's
It's live.
a lot of
Right,
really
right.
loud.
Right.
I really hype, but then like I'm singing sometimes, and then like
Which is so dope.
you know,
Which is so
yeah.
dope.
Like
I
you
felt
love.
I was telling him, I'm like, you came
Yeah.
into my stream and I was having issues, and I'm like,
But it was
course,
still
you know?
good, but because it went with the content. Like even though it was some issues, everything still kind of flowed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have thought of what I'm
Right.
saying, as like just a random person. I'd be like, okay, yeah, follow. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
it's cool. I really, like I said, I'm trying to figure out like what I want to do. But yeah, I mean, it's just more. It's just me being me, and then I playing the games that I want and how I want to play.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? A lot of games on. I mean, you guys all know. You guys are all streamers. You know, it's like, hey, when you do this, you do
Yeah.
that, and it's like, bro, I'm like,
Yeah.
But I think that's
This
dope,
trash.
though, because
This trash.
it opens the door for people to see your personality right out the gate. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So you saying that you come in there being authentic, being loud, hey, this is me,
Mhm.
accept me, and not hit that follow button. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And mess with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I think what they call it, imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot since, just trying to dwell and, dive into the content creation. But like you said, if you coming out the gates authentic, you know what I'm saying? On one stream you chilling, then you out of nowhere, you get people used to you just being this chill person, and out of nowhere you bring the hype. They're like,
Right.
what's going on? Wait, this
Right.
ain't what
Yeah.
you. But if
Yeah.
you coming out the gate personality, this is me,
Mhm.
accept me for me. You know what I'm saying? That's as authentic as you can be.
Yeah.
You can be
Yes.
nothing but successful because you're not being fake to yourself, you're
Yep.
not being fake to your community.
Yep.
And you doing a damn good job from what I hear.
Yeah.
I'm trying, man. I mean, it's been such a crazy time. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I remember when this
Yeah.
man over here raided,
Dude.
and like probably one of the biggest raids I've ever had. Like at the
Nice.
time, just starting out,
Yeah.
I lost my mind. And then there was that day when I was like, I really want to do this. Like
Yeah.
this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I know I can make it happen, and the stream gives me an opportunity to like be myself, and really show people, because you know how it is. It's like Dave Chappelle's when keeping it real goes wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't always keep it real, unfortunately. But on stream, I try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be nice to you. I'm gonna do that stuff. Handle weird people in the
Right.
best way. But
Right.
if I need to get hype, I'm gonna get hype, and that's it. Like just be ready for yell. Put the volume down, because I'm gonna get.
Right.
It's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go crazy.
Like Batwin be like, oh, is Batwin 50%?
And that's me now. I feel like I just moved to Texas like a month ago or so.
Okay.
And like in my last apartment, thank God, like my downstairs neighbors, like we've had conversations, and they were like, we respect your grind. Like, yes, you're loud as hell,
Right.
but they're like, we won't stop the hype. And to me, I was like, so
Thank
like
you.
now I moved,
Yeah.
like I'm somewhere else. Like I'm not able to like be as loud as I want to be.
Yeah.
But well, just we gotta adapt. It's just about
Yeah,
adapting, and But I'm happy. This is great. Amazing
is.
experience. Happy to be here with you all. I mean, this is awesome.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Like this, I couldn't imagine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I want them to kind of keep this and actually expand it if they could.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. We were talking about like bringing tables
Yes.
and stuff
Make
like
it
that.
hide on list.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah.
You like bring it in close. Like I
Right.
feel like we can have the cameras further back
Oh yeah.
and get everybody in like a good shot. If we didn't have the trash
Right.
clutter and
But we make
cables,
it look nice.
yeah, like cables.
I agree.
Yeah, but we get what we pay for, I guess you could say.
You right.
Facts.
Everybody got sponsors.
Right.
Bro, I think this is, again, like you said, I think just growing and them going through the issues that have been.
Yeah.
Luckily, it didn't hinder anybody really from being able to accomplish what they need to accomplish. But after seeing that, I'm pretty sure they're getting feedback from people who may have been sitting here, or when one of the representatives come by, you saying, hey, this is what's going on. So hopefully they're taking notes to say, all right, we learned from this experience. We're just going to let it run through this year, but next year, like you said, maybe we can expand it, clean it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Have more people on hand, so they know.
TMP services.
Right.
Talk about that yesterday.
Go ahead, look, start the Twitter up tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Dear Dreamhack.
Right, we do. We have a TMMP.
Oh, we get blessings
Twitter.
passed around. Hold on. we getting blessings passed
Right.
around.
Thank you.
How much how much I owe for this?
Right.
How much I owe for this? What is from? What is from?
Like, that ain't from the donated funds. Yeah,
Like,
that's
right.
Thank you.
Like, what is from?
We appreciate that. But no, again,
Deja Blue.
Right.
just say it again. Like, who knows? It could be bigger. You know what I'm saying? Just having people on hand, helping moving around a little bit, because you don't want to touch nothing that don't belong to you, because this is some nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. Yes.
I know this rented.
Right.
I know this rented.
Like you said, maybe get that third camera. Now we get that center boy, that left
Yeah,
right angle. You know what I mean?
Pan left.
Right.
Get us all in. Exactly.
But just shout out to the team too, and a lot of content creators that's just helping each other too with the service. Like,
that's what I love.
Yeah.
We all pitched in to help each other.
Everybody
in some
helped out to
shape
make
or
sure
form.
they shit was legit, like making sure it was clean. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you need help?
We not gonna let you.
No,
We
that's
not
one
gonna let
thing
you-
we ain't
Hold
gonna
up.
do.
Let us.
Right.
Us.
If you know, you know.
Like us ain't gonna let us fail.
Exactly.
Others, they will what?
Yeah.
They will watch.
They
Look
will
at
watch.
that. Look at
We
that.
was
Say
watching
something.
it.
Look at them.
Try to figure it out by looking and
Struggling.
not asking.
Exactly.
Look at them struggling.
Exactly.
Right.
He can't even set that up. I don't use, like, if this was me, I would fail, because I'm like, I don't use OBS.
Yeah.
I don't use OBS, so I would not know how
Wait,
to
so
work
you're on Streamlabs?
No.
XSplits.
Oh.
I'm old school.
Totally
I'm
old.
old.
Right.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
Nobody used XSplits, but XSplits was the best when I started, and it was like, I paid for it. I'm using.
no, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So I finesse XSplits. Everybody know. Oh, you got XSplits? Call 8-Bit,
Yeah.
and he will get you set up and
awesome.
do everything with XSplits.
Right.
Yeah.
But you put me in front of OBS, I'm like, yo, this is gonna take a month. Just to, whatever you put me in front of is gonna take me a month to
Yeah.
figure it out, because I want it to look
Look a
in
certain
a certain
way.
way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm like, I couldn't do this, but I was like, hey, look, I'm watching people. I'm like,
Yeah.
Ghost was teaching me, and I was like, all right, cool. Well, I know the basics for what y'all
Right.
need, but other than that, I'm like, don't put me behind them.
Oh yeah. No.
But other people, they didn't use it. They was like, I don't know, I don't
And
know.
just left
And they
it.
just was just
Yep.
look at them.
well, OBS is so like you kind of like need to know what you're doing. You know, like I
do.
came from Streamlabs when I first started, and then I had to switch, and I thought I'm expecting the same thing, and it's like it was a lot of YouTube videos, talking to people, doing this, doing that. You know, again, what we were talking about in regards to having the time. You know, not just to content create, but like to learn these
New-
processes that you might not even know how to do. You know what I mean? That takes
Exactly.
time too.
Yeah. Like we were talking about editing softwares. Like
Oh,
they
Yeah.
did put me up on DaVinci. You know, because I use HitFilm.
okay.
And that's pretty. I mean, it's free. If it's free, it's for me. So it's easy to learn. You know, for me, it's pinky friendly. And then I'm like, okay, I want to take it up a notch. And then 8-Bit, told me about DaVinci. I get on DaVinci. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's
Gonna
a lot
help
more
me.
buttons.
Yeah.
There's a lot more buttons.
I'm about to do that. That's me coming up
Yeah.
like next. That's what I need to take. So yeah.
yeah.
But shout out to HitFilm, because that, if you like really start out, HitFilm is really user friendly. I mean, you got the standard free version, but you can't upgrade to the other versions. But you still like need to go to DaVinci or go to Premiere or something like that, because I'm trying to go to Premiere myself, or I got the Adobe Cloud. I'm about to
Right.
use it,
Yeah.
but it's like you go from there. But like you said, you go look at something else going from HitFilm. You like, what the?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
It's like,
Right. Right.
the keyframes and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
man, this is legit.
But once you learn the basics, you just need to learn what it is in the new software.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
what I
right.
like about DaVinci. I was like, I learned all this stuff. So now I moved from DaVinci to Filmora.
Okay.
And that was Zig. He was like, "Yo, Filmora, just try it." So I was trying, and I was like, "All right, yeah, I want my own license of this, so I can do it." And now, like the video that I made for the Gamer Advantage,
Yeah,
that was on Filmora.
Oh wow, okay.
That was on Filmora.
That was on
Damn,
Filmora.
wow, nice.
That was on Filmora.
Great video, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of
Thank
course.
you. Yeah.
So with Filmora now or DaVinci, like I know the Adobe Suite, they all go together. So you do Premiere, you cut your just a base video in Premiere, right? I know you can do all the, but After Effects,
you gotta load.
You gotta load it in.
Oh,
So
okay.
with Filmora,
Filmora,
can you do everything within that?
all them graphics and stuff?
Yeah.
Drag and drop, my guy.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Drag
Wow.
and drop.
Okay.
Dope. Yeah,
How
I'm gonna
much-
have to go ahead and
well,
check
I gotta
Right.
look at
Yeah. It was drag and drop. And they give you free stuff, but you can get your little monthly for like all the cool add-ons and as they update and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm using it.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
invested into it.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And that forces me to continually
Yeah, to
use
use
it. That's
it.
why I went, you know what?
Yep.
I got to do a video.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, I want to transition from streaming to just doing my review videos, just doing all that editing. But I was like, I can use my streams because I can just live stream it, then
And
cut
chop
it.
it up, yeah.
Cut it
then
up, yep.
cut it up and be like, I got to edit it anyway.
Right.
Right.
Just add it in there. Yeah.
Cut the audio, and I'll do my voiceovers.
Yep.
So it's all a process, but learning,
But it's worth it,
No, absolutely.
still learning, finding time to learn
To
it.
do it. Yep.
And that's where it's like, yeah, I need a schedule.
Yeah.
I need these days off devoted to
We
this.
need
Right.
a schedule.
Yeah.
You can't do the grind of everyday streaming. You can't.
Oh no, we're not
So I
using
think that's
grind.
I feel
We're using
attacked.
Work.
Stupid.
That's why I said it. That's why I said it. That's why I said it.
I
But,
feel attacked.
and that's why I said I begged you.
No,
I literally said, can
It's
you
facts.
please stop? Can you
facts.
please stop and get a schedule?
Yeah.
I love you to death, and I don't want to see you like everybody else.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
'Cause
Like
you're too talented for
yes,
that.
you are too talented
Yeah.
and too loved
Yes.
to end up in the trash bag of streamers, where it's
The
what
burnout.
happened. Yes,
Yeah,
and,
the
and, and
burnout,
I
yeah.
seen him approaching. And I went, "Hey, you all right?"
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was like,
Nah.
and I was like,
Stop it.
Yeah.
"Stop."
Yeah.
And I,
literally how it happened.
I,
Literally.
I was like, "Hey, bro, you've been called. You've been called. Your number
That's
was
true.
pulled.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you for a minute."
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's why I did it. I don't ever want to see you that unhappy
Yeah.
ever again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Facts, man. Facts.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. I keep saying, man. It's
Yes.
been.
And look at you now.
Yeah.
Right,
Look at him now.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had that smile on your face.
Nah.
You wouldn't have this smile on your face.
Nah.
That's
God.
how it is.
Yeah.
That's how it be. Like I don't want to ever burn myself out, but I have that moments where I feel like I'm about to be on that, and you know my friends that can tell too. They like, we gonna help you up. You know, come on,
Yeah.
But I strongly tell, please don't burn yourself out because you're gonna hate yourself. You're gonna hate your creation, your work, and stuff like that. And we are too talented. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
I agree. I agree. I had to. It was a shocker, but now we're.
Yeah,
feel like we're back on.
yes, you
Yeah.
are definitely
We're back on
up.
trajectory.
Yeah.
When you stream, you the bat win that I first seen,
Yeah.
and that's what I love.
Which is crazy that you know, I think, you know, we develop these like really intense relationships with people, and like what the fact that you know that, but you know, I'm still like,
right,
you know,
right.
singing and stuff,
Right.
but you
I'm
know,
like, I'm
you just
like, I
know.
can see it in his eyes.
Right.
Nah, let me.
Right.
I'm like, and I apologize. I went, look, dog, I've been very busy.
No, I mean,
But and
of
you was
course.
like, no, man, everything's. I was like, bro, I know something wrong with
Yeah.
you. We don't talk like that often, but just watching your content and as a creator, I was like,
We gotta
Well, I
change
told
it.
you,
Yeah.
like, I put a video. I just came back to content. I haven't posted since November
Yeah.
of 2021, and then some guy literally commented on the video, was like, "Yo, great video. Where have you been?"
Okay.
You know, and I'm just like, "Shit's
Life.
been hard, man. Life.
Yeah.
Shit's been
Life.
hard."
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been on Twitch, that's for sure. I haven't missed that, but
Right.
like, you know, I just, you know, I couldn't bring myself to, you know, like, I just.
half time.
The juices
Right,
weren't
right.
flowing, you know, and I
Yeah.
just was like, I was overwhelmed consistently, and it's just, you know, the schedule's definitely helped. you got to be structured. You really have to be.
Oh,
Because if not, like, you'll lose yourself, you know?
Yes,
you really will.
yes.
It's just so much.
Oh, it is. Oh, yes. Because I had to change. Because, again, like, I post content everywhere.
Yeah, you're...
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I have to be very, very particular what I do, how I do it, when I do it, and stuff like that. So one thing I have, you know, I cut out Sundays, like nothing besides, you know, Real One's podcast, like nothing on Sundays.
Okay.
But, you know, since I'm here at Dreamhack and just spent these days, it's kind of like, okay, I can do a few Sundays, you know, put a little hours in, stuff like that. But you have to set some time aside for you to recuperate, because if you don't,
I agree.
you'll be out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've seen it too many times. Like, I've seen nervous breakdowns, you know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people, you know, creations and, you know, their work suffer because of that, and it could have been, you know, all avoided, you know, if you just, you know, took some time to rest and breathe and, you know, stuff like that. So I especially like talented, you know, creators that I know is worth everything and more. Please don't do that. Don't burn yourself out. Like, I know you want to, you know, stream so many hours because you're worried about this certain person, but no, it's always quality over quantity.
Facts.
It's always quality over quantity. Because if you think about it, you know, you probably started streaming at 8 p.m. and then, you know, you butt crack of dawn, you know, and you all
again.
Edwin with the 24-hour streams. Let's go, baby.
Right, and you burnt out, and then
Crazy.
so happened, you know, the person, you know, one of the big wigs from Intel, like, hey, let me see, and then you, you know, you're not worth anything. So it's better to stream, because like my max would be like 4 hours, 5 if it's because if I'm indulged in the game, like, you know what I'm saying, but my max is 4 and out, you know, because I know I can do my best and, you know, get whatever I'm trying to get across, and, you know, whatever the case may be, I can do that. And if you want to see more, you're going to have to come back the next day.
Yeah, true.
You know, and that's what happens. They will come back the next day. If they really love you and your content and what you're doing, they will come back the next day or whenever, you know, you stream again like that. Or they'll watch your VODs. You know, that's why I say, you know, with diversifying, a lot of times, you know, we like a certain celebrity or whatever, like, oh, let me go and see what else they do. They might go to Instagram or TikTok or whatever. So that's why I tell people, too, it's very important to diversify and stuff like that, especially, you know, when you're streaming that 4-hour mark. You can chop that up and...
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, chopping up a 24-hour stream is not fun.
No.
I've done it. It's not fun.
I was about to say,
no.
like, no.
It's just too many highs. There's just way too many highs, you know?
Yes.
It's tough. It's tough.
Because you got to think about it, like how many highlights in the game you can get out of 4 hours.
Right.
You really just need it for like a TikTok need it for a 15-second clip. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
30 max.
Yep, so...
With your stories and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 4 hours max. Now, if I know you said 4 is your max, but I mean, if chat lit, you know what I'm saying? Do you take that into consideration? Just cut it off, or you gotta run another, like, all right, look, we
Let me
run
run
about another couple
we
hours.
gonna run that back.
Right.
1 more hour, that 5-hour max.
That's good.
it. Yeah.
See, like, that's discipline. That's the key. For me, you know, I mean, I'm still willing to do like a 10, you know what I mean? But like, you know, if I work the next day, what time it is, like what's going on, like, you know, how are we doing, you know? Like, chat's always lit. I'm not even trying to just say that, but it's always lit.
Right.
So I'm just like, oh, but no, like now I'm just like, I want to get into that habit of like, that's it, guys, we back.
Yeah,
like,
I told him, like, you gotta cut it off. Like, yo, you gotta go to bed.
That's my problem.
Press that
you know?
button. Press that button.
Like, that's how much he care about his community.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I love y'all so much.
Yeah.
Right.
But I need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
That was the hardest thing to learn. Like that was my hardest thing to learn.
Yeah.
I understand.
Me too, man. Me too.
I mean, I can see that happen when it's like, again, for me, it's like coming up or being a beginner with it. You finally get that one stream where you see maybe 15, 30 people. You're like, oh, wait a minute, I got to keep this going. I was about to get off, but I got to keep this going. So you get indulged into it, and you get caught up. Like you said, you might be tired or something like that, but you just like, you still seeing them numbers. But like you said, you hide numbers.
600.
Keep it out the
man,
way.
when I see 600 rushes come through, and I'm like,
I ain't gonna forget that. I'm like, no, he ain't getting off.
and I was like, all right, guys, we about to
And it was funny because it was just like that. He said, "All right, we gonna do about another hour, 30 minutes." I forgot what it was.
Yeah, I was like, we gonna go ahead and do it.
Man,
I was up all night.
Yes.
But does that give you like a revision?
It does. It
Yeah.
does.
You get a second win. That's what I was gonna say.
you
Totally
get the
second win.
You get the second win, but now it's like I have to communicate
with
Yes.
600
with 600 people,
Yes. Yes.
and they ain't leaving.
No.
Like we did not fall under 700.
Wow.
And I'm like,
yes.
how am I getting more people? Like, yo, you're on the front page. Like, I have 600 rushes in here. What am I gonna do? Like, I am lost and confused.
That reminds me of your charity stream. I remember I'm at home, I'm lurking, I'm working, doing whatever, and then later on I went to go take a nap. I come back, there's like 2,000 people in the stream, and I'm like, literally, and I was just like, I literally started scrolling up, like the chat goes away after a while, and I'm just like, I was asleep for like an hour. Like, what happened? And I was like, man, he's popping off. Like, this is great.
Yes.
1,000
I'm like,
Russians.
don't go to sleep.
1,000 Russians watching me die in Elden Ring. Like,
that was hilarious. Great stream, honestly, man. So good.
Because he hated that. He did not want to do because it was, again, charity stream like that, and someone had met that goal.
Yeah, it was like 400. I was like, I would have raised this to 2,000 if I knew you.
Yeah.
But it was like, for the tarnished, I went. All right. Run that. All right, cool. Let me just. I really thought I was going to get my money back digitally. I went, I ain't never going to pay this. I ain't gonna never play this. As long as you don't open the game, you good.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, y'all wildin'.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I see how it is.
Right. Now, quick question. Because I know a lot of us have. Well, when you grow up, you're thinking like, I'm going to be an astronaut. I'm going to be doing this. So, if you were not doing content creation, what did you want? Let me ask you this, two things. So, what did you want to be when you grow up, where you grew up, I should say, and if you weren't doing content creation, like right now in this space, what would you be doing? Like a day job, I guess you could say. What's the day job?
You need some time to think?
Should I? Oh, no, I got everything.
Okay, go ahead.
So when I was a kid, I wanted to be like an astronaut, and then I went to like surgery for some reason, and then I found, rockets were blowing up, so I'm like, yeah, that's a no. And then like 20.
It took one televised failure.
That's the one I saw, and I was like, nope, I'm good. I love space, but I'm like, nah, I can't.
Nah, I don't want to do that, right?
And then surgery was from like, I'm a guilty pleasure. I love Grey's Anatomy and stuff. And then it's like, oh yeah, 15 years of schooling sounds great.
Right.
So then I actually used to work for like Marriott and Ritz-Carlton hotels, and I was like, not to be arrogant, but like I was pretty good at it. I got pretty high, but then like just like hours and the amount of work that killed me. So like I'm happy to be doing this. Like I'd rather be doing this more than anything, So, but yeah, those are mine right there.
Yeah.
So my whole family is like medical.
Okay.
So I was like, oh yeah, I'll be a doctor or like a nurse. I'll be an RN. I passed out at the sight of blood. I'm straight.
Yeah.
I understand.
Like, oh, we drawing blood. Like, yo, I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, right.
So they was like, I was like, I'm real squeamish around blood. So they was like, yeah, you can't do that. So they was like, so what's next? I was like, I'll do video game development. This was before Full Sail and all these other places. Okay. So it was like, you got to go to California. And it was like, Orange County. I'm like, all right. It was like, this how much it costs. My mom went.
Right.
They got a community college up the street. Right. And then Hurricane Katrina happened, and it changed my whole life. Yeah. So it was like, all right, we gonna figure it out from here.
Right.
Yeah.
So, make it work.
Yeah. Oh, what I want to be? Funny question.
Firefighter with the band.
Right.
I remember we were going around. I'm in elementary school, and teachers asked, we asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? The first thing I said was a comedian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I said
you
I
would be that kid.
Yeah.
You would be that kid.
And of course, when I said that, people laughed. So it was just like, all right, whatever. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was like, I want to be a comedian, but I can always draw. So it was like, going into arts, I wanted to be an animator for Disney. You know what I'm saying? So I was always drawing and doing all this other good stuff. So drawing ended up going. So that was the answer to the question. I wanted to either be a comedian or artist for Disney. I wanted to be an animator. So I guess the transition from that, it was always some type of art. So I went and got my degree in visual communications, graphic design. So I got my degree in that, but it led to like photography. So I'm doing, photography, graphic design. What else I end up getting into? Creating brands. So it's like it's still led with art.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
You know what I'm saying? Still led with art and everything, and I can be funny at times. So.
Yes.
So maybe I might do a TI later on. Just be like, all right, I want to do comedy now.
right. Just all
I don't know where that came from with TI. It was
that
just like,
was wild.
It was so random, wasn't it?
It was very much.
I didn't know. I
random.
thought it was until I seen like, oh, you really trying to do this?
Yeah, and cussing out everybody that don't laugh at him either, which is wild to me. But
Look at your goofy head.
Right. Like, okay,
you can't heckle me.
right. You can't heckle the heckler. Like what?
But it just goes to show, like, even it's like whatever you thought you wanted to be when you were growing up, it's still not out the way of you trying to accomplish that. But with content creating, I think our generation grew up playing video games. You know what I'm saying? So in the 80s, that's what was implemented. You had the Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? So
everything was a Nintendo.
Right, everything was Nintendo.
Right.
So you started getting playing games. So it's just funny, like, thinking about it. Like, when you get of age, whatever, like, your parents was like 30 or something, they weren't playing games. I mean, maybe they didn't have them, but
right.
Yeah.
they started off with Atari, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like the generation we're growing up in, it's like we play games. This is what we do. We still play them this day. It's like you get off work.
Yeah.
Right on
you
the
want to
game.
get it. You want to get that stress reliever. You tired of thinking about the day job. You know what I mean? And I praise anybody who was able to make that transition and not have to work and just to make this they 100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Put that energy into something like this, because it is a lot. Like you were saying, it's like the streaming part, the press the button part. It may be hard initially, but when you get used to that, it's the other stuff too. Now I got to create this content for it. Streaming it is easy now.
Yeah.
But like you said, diversifying, being like all these media pages are now picking up the gaming content. Now being able to allow people, content creators, we need to get in this realm right here. We need to get on top of that. Yeah, the celebrities. Everything is really starting to cater into game. You got universities with esports picking it up. You're getting scholarships. So it's been crazy. So now looking at it like being back in the day, hey, get off that game to
you better get back on that game.
Right.
You did your 3 hours.
Right.
Then it's now giving, not to say don't go to college, but it's giving people opportunity. That don't work for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh man.
It
Preaching.
Right.
It doesn't
Preaching.
work for everybody. You know what I mean? It was like, I got my associates, but it was like, all right, I'm not about to just keep going to school.
Right.
Because I think it's like some class, and somebody tell me if I'm wrong, it's like, if I'm going to school for visual communication, why am I taking a math class?
Yep. Facts.
Yeah.
That's not going to do nothing but hinder me or my grades from what they should be or what they could be, or pressure me, and I got to sit back and worry about turning in this math, this crazy math. You know what I'm saying? Why I could be using that energy to vote for me creating something.
Calculus 3.
Right. What am I doing this for?
Like, I don't need this. I'm about to work
Solve
a
for
camera.
X.
Yeah.
Solve for X. Hey, Siri.
If we would have had this technology back in the day,
Man,
we used to have the answers in the back of the math book. That's why they used to always give you the odd numbers. Like,
Yeah.
do all the odd numbers, because all the even answers in the back of the book.
Yep.
So like, oh, man. What?
You got us here, Miss Sally. We
Ban the calculator watch.
Right.
Man.
Take all your watches off.
Okay. We're getting a little, okay.
All right, y'all. But just to get quick for mine, I was supposed. Well, my granny wanted me, and it instilled in my head. She wanted me to be a cardiologist.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I don't blood, like they did blood and needles and all that and surgery, and then what I'm saying, I wanted to do bald head things, so I didn't want to be in college forever.
Bald head.
And then I just wanted to work in the office. I wanted to be like what I saw on TV, the offices, cubicles and stuff, whatever I was supposed to do. And I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It didn't work that way, right?
Living.
Right. Living an American dream, if you